Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited to jump in today's video because it was kind of an epic fail, but then turned out in the end anyway. You guys will see what I'm talking about in just a minute. But today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your very own silicone mold. And then I'm going to pour resin into this mold that we made and we'll see how it turns out. So if you're curious to see how this turns out and you want to see all the hiccups that I had along the way, keep watching. Okay guys, so for this craft, you're gonna need quite a few things. You're obviously going to need your silicone mixture. This is an equal part ratio silicone. There are some that are not. So this is kind of just like epoxy or resin where you have to mix perfectly equal parts, otherwise it does not cure correctly. So I got this one off of Amazon, so I'll be sure to link this in the description for you guys. It says that it cures within 6 hours, so I'm excited for that. And because you're going to need to mix equal parts of this, you're going to need a mixing bowl and a spatula or something else to stir it with. Silicone peels right off, so you don't have to worry about the cleanup. And just like with epoxy and resin, and because we're going to be working with resin later, I have my full face mask, my gloves, my resin is on standby for later. And then over here, I have what I'm going to be putting into the silicone mold, what we're making a mold out of. And I am actually using the box that the silicone came in. And my thought process was to take some plastic wrap and put it down in the box like perfectly so that the silicone doesn't leak through the cardboard or in between the cracks. At least that's my hope. And then I'll tape it around the edges to make sure that it's secure and everything. So fingers crossed that that works. All right guys, I'm really excited to start this craft. So I'm going to set up my camera and get started. So I don't know if this plastic wrap thing is gonna work, but I've seen a lot of people make their cases or boxes, whatever they're pouring their silicone into, out of Legos, wood, acrylic pieces that you screw together. So I thought, why not recycle this box that the silicone came in, and it fits the camera nicely. There's like an inch of space all the way around. So my only concern is that this isn't going to be enough silicone to fit around the camera, but we'll see.
This isn't going to be enough silicone to fit around the camera.
Okay guys, did I go a little overboard with the tape? Probably, but I just wanted to be thorough. My thought was if I was a little excessive with the tape, if it did leak, it would be minimal cleanup later. Okay, so I'm gonna set this box aside and I'm gonna put my gloves and my mask on, and we are going to mix up this silicone into our mixing bowl. We're gonna pour it into our box and put our camera in. Okay guys, so basically just to recap, because I had my mask on and I couldn't really explain anything to you, there was not enough silicone to completely encase the camera, so I had to go find something a little bit smaller. And then I had this small cake mold. I've never actually used it for cakes. I've always used it just for resin, so it was just a crafting silicone mold that I already had. But anyways, as you guys saw, I put the flour into the silicone and I didn't have enough silicone to completely cover the flour. Even when I started kind of smearing it around and putting it on top of the flour, it just was not covering it. So I turned it upside down. Then I needed to raise the flour just a tiny bit so that there'd be a little bit of just the mold before the flour actually touches the bottom. So then what I did was raise up this little sticker thing that was on the bottom of the flour. I cut a little tiny slit into it, put 2 popsicle sticks through it, and 2 of the same glitter containers that are just slightly higher than the silicone mold. And then as you can see, the popsicle sticks are resting on these glitter containers. So the flour is just slightly higher. So what I'm hoping for is with the flour raised, it's going to create a thin layer of the silicone underneath all the petals so that I can get all those details when I pour the resin in later. Because what you see that is exposed here on the flour is going to be where I pour the resin into the mold. So it's okay that that's completely flat because that's going to be what's setting on our table or whatever we put this flour on. But I'm hoping that this project wasn't a complete flop. Otherwise, I will be ordering some more silicone, more this time, where I can actually use the camera that I wanted to get molded. But hopefully this isn't a complete epic fail and we can actually use this flour mold later. So we're gonna let this cure for 6 hours and pull it out and hope for the best. Okay guys, so it is the next day and I'm hoping it came out. I have no idea. We are going to unmold this together. This may be a complete fail, but you know what? I'm gonna post it anyway to show you guys what not to do. Oh my god, oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Dude, this stuff is like completely adhered to my mold. Oh my gosh, okay. I gotta figure this out. I feel like I'm gonna have to tear apart this mold. Oh, dude, it is stuck. I mean, it's like completely stuck to my little flour thing too. Like, I don't even know how to get it out of there. You guys see, it is like literally, it is stuck to this. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna put it on silicone. It's gonna come right out. Nope. Gosh. Okay. Well, RIP to my mold. Okay, now can I have my flour back? Oh my gosh. Let go. Ah! I almost got it. Come on. Sheesh. Okay, well, we rescued the flour. Yay. Now, I mean, other than this like tiny little hole, which I feel like I could just like tape and it would be okay. I'm just curious if this is actually gonna make something. Okay, so we're gonna find out if this is gonna hold up. So I'm mixing equal parts of A and B and pouring in some mica pigment powder and some hot pink glitter to match, mixing it all together and pouring it into our silicone mold. Okay, so we're going to leave this for 24 hours to cure and then we will take it out and see what it looks like. Okay, you guys, it has been 2 full days since we have poured our resin into our silicone mold, and it is finally time to demold this and see how it came out. I really have no idea. This could be a complete epic fail, but whatever. Learn from my mistakes if that's the case. I almost feel like I should trim this mold a little bit closer to the flour so that it's a little bit easier to work with. Because it's so thick, it's really hard to like maneuver this thing around to like get out whatever you're pouring. So I might have to cut that, but we'll see if I can just demold this like I did with the glass one, even though I struggled just a little bit. So it looks like our tape worked for the hole. Nothing leaked out there, so that's a good sign. Oh, it's almost out. Okay, maybe I can just peel it away now. Ooh, it didn't come out half bad. Like there was a couple little spots where it didn't go all the way down in the petal, but I can like sand that down. And then down here, there's kind of like some holes because I didn't fill it all the way up to the top, and I should have. But for this being the first thing that I made into a silicone mold, and it actually came out looking pretty good other than just a few little defects, I'm happy with it. I think after I sand these edges down and kind of fix it up a little bit, I'll give it to my daughter to put in her room just like as like a decoration or something. But yeah, not too shabby. All right, guys, like I said, I think this flower came out pretty good, especially for it being our first time. Honestly, with all the issues that I had along the way, I'm surprised at how well it came out. I think I will be definitely making more silicone molds, but next time, make sure that I actually have enough silicone to pour over whatever object I'm doing, and make sure that I have everything that I need, including like the right size container to pour my silicone into. But lesson learned for me. Hopefully you learn from my mistakes. But anyway, as always, if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to drop a comment down below. If I made you shake your head, laugh, or you just like this video, please let me know by giving me a big thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below for more crafting tutorials / epic fails.